Shalom, Israel. It's your boy Nubreed coming through with another video, and welcome to another edition of Midday Motivational Talk. In this particular video, I want to talk about a great conspiracy that is very rarely spoken about. Now, when I say conspiracy, I'm not talking about something that's a theory. I'm not talking about something that's fiction. When I say conspiracy, I'm talking about somebody conspiring something. I really want to talk about how the rulers of this social construct have used many tactics on keeping men and women separate. This social construct, through programming, has definitely created friction, created a barrier of understanding, created hatred between man and female, man and woman. And I want to talk about this because this is something that's very rarely spoken about in the conscious community. And being a pro-life advocate, I definitely find it necessary to speak about this because, ladies and gentlemen, the greatest power known to man is the family structure. Oh yeah, you divide the family, you put the world in moral decay. You divide the family, you weaken the nation. So I want to talk about this because man and woman, husband and wife, that is the image of the Most High God. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. In the book of Genesis, in the Holy Bible, it says, male and female, he created them in his image. Male and female, he created them in his image. So what we have to understand is, when man and woman come together, that is true power. That is the nature and origin of the Most High. That is divine order. So Satan, what he would like to do in his social purgatory, what he would like to do with his Babylonian satanic system, is divide the two. And they went through great lengths to do so. I mean, there are so many tactics that they used over the years. I mean, they've utilized what you would call feminism. They utilized social programming through the music. Oh yeah, the music has a huge impact on how people communicate, how people feel towards one another. These demonic frequencies are put into the airwaves. These low vibrational lyrics are leaving the people spellbound. When you got young brothers and sisters coming up listening to music like, it ain't nothing to cut that beat off. It ain't nothing to cut that beat off. These misogynist lyrics control the mentalities. And y'all got to understand the divine order. The Most High created male to be the leader, to be in a leadership position, while the female the weaker vessel. So when they target, let's say, young men with it ain't nothing to cut that beat off, that objectifies women. It puts them on a low vibrational mindset at a very young age. Now, music in the past was different. 70s, 60s. They call that the baby blooming season. Could it have been a beta test on the general public to see how much music actually affects the psyche? I believe so. Now everything is low vibrational. But they utilize many tactics. You got it out here now where the understanding and the lack of communication is at an all-time high. Divorce, all-time high. Infidelity, all-time high. Adultery, all-time high. Prostitution, all-time high, which seems to be something that they're trying to make legal at this point, because prostitution is all over the place. And if these agencies out here can crack down on the drug dealers. They can crack down on prostitution as well. There are prostitution rings being ran on mostly every dating site. And you could call it what you want to call it, but that's what it is. It's prostitution. Which, I don't see why any man will pay for some sex. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But this lack of communication, this lack of understanding between us, this barrier has to be broken down. They went through great lengths, many, many tactics. When you go places, let's say you want to go have a good time, you at the bar, you at wherever you go to have your good time, for you single brothers and sisters out there. And I know I speak to the single brothers and sisters looking for a mate, but I'm also going to do videos for those who are in relationships. That's in the near future. But for you single brothers and sisters out here, I understand that the atmosphere has changed. There's a thick layer of fog. When you're in these bars and places, it's a great divide. The energy is different between male and female. Males and females don't dance together anymore. They don't parlay the same way. Social media has created a blockage as well. That's another tactic that they use, social media. But my advice to you fellas and ladies alike is to really focus on yourself as far as your spirituality and growing closer to the Most High Creator, and praying that He brings you or puts that right person in place for you. Because, hey, with all of these different energies floating around, it's very difficult for you brothers and sisters. And a man that findeth for wife findeth for good things. So a brother who really works on himself, on bettering his life, bettering his situation, you could find these things. A lot of times our energy is misdirected because we're trying to find somebody before we find ourselves. So that's something that has to be worked on. That will help bridge the gap between the lack of understanding, the lack of communication, the lack of energy, the lack of love, the lack of care that we're having between man and woman. And also a tactic that they use quite often, and I'm going to speak on this, although some may not want me to speak on it. The porn industry is a huge tactic in objectifying women and making each other look at each other like objects, looking at each other like bags of flesh. We don't judge anymore off the spirit, the content of each other's character, the insight that one may have, the positive energy that one may enforce. We don't judge relationships off this no more. Because between brothers, especially brothers, and sisters may have this issue as well, but more men have a problem with watching pornography. But brothers, what you're doing to yourselves mentally is you're making it so your vibration is low. The type of women that you attract is the type of women that you're wasting your energy to when you're watching these particular programs, when you're watching this content. You're lowering your vibration. You're making it hard for you to identify what a wife is. You can have a wife knocking at your front door, but you can't see that because you're too obsessed with whores. Because these women that you're looking at on these screens are whores, brothers. They're whores. They're bottom of the barrel. I don't care what they look like. They have put their body, they have put a price tag on their body. They put a price tag on their soul. They have lost their values. Brothers, we have to find women who have value, but the women who have value are growing hopeless in these times because they feel like the men are over emotional because, one, that particular industry, that behavior, watching porn and abuse to yourself, causes so much problems with your mentality and your emotions, your testosterone levels, things of that nature. So we're not able to think clearly. We're not able to be in the leadership position that the Most High granted us. We have to absolutely gain this discipline over ourselves, unplug from that social construct, unplug from that bondage that they continually push on the people. See, on this channel, we talk about the problems, but we also are going to speak about the solutions. The solution is lying with us. And what I mean by that, the solution is up to brothers, it's up to men to figure this out. The solution is on us, brothers. No matter what, I see a lot of videos floating around about what women do and women this and, oh, this new feminist society is this and this culture is that. But brothers, we have been placed in a leadership position by the Most High God. We are the stronger vessel, so a woman cannot possibly overpower us, even though there are laws passed in women's favor with certain things. But brothers, you got to be smarter, you got to be wiser. Marriage, the whole marriage institution. Why should we have to go through a government agency and put a third party into our business? Because that's what it is. When a man and woman come together, they become an organization, they become a business. Why involve a third party that can tell you who can do what, and if you separate, this is going to happen and that going to happen? Why involve that? For one, what the Most High bring together, let no man separate. So if it's for life, it's for life. If you and that woman have an understanding, if you and that woman consummate, that's for life. No need to bring in any agency, any third party. Unless, of course, you have, for business reasons, your particular business, you need that. But I'm speaking of brothers who, want to make it with relationships in a more positive manner. We could take back our power as men. See, the woman that's for you is going to be in agreement with that because she's for you, brothers. If she's willing to follow as you lead, that woman will be okay with not going through the marriage institution. We must bridge the gap. Leave all of the systematic matrix, all of the agencies. Let's leave everybody out of our relationships. Here it is, brothers and sisters have such lack of communication, understanding of each other, and respect for each other that we having children and we trying to involve these agencies. If you come together as one and create a life, you have to work it out amongst yourselves. We have to take back our power as a society. This system is only crippling us. Because if you separate man and woman, you get a whole world in moral decay. And that's what's happening. The whole world is out of function. The natural course of life is out of course, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody's affected by it. When you separate man and woman, everything is affected because that's the image of the Most High. The animals are confused. You got animals in the forest that don't even know what's going on. The whole world is out of course. The weather is out of course. Because what the Most High created, Satan, Lucifer, he is pushing very, very hard to separate. So this is one of those pro-life videos, and I hope this video brought edification to brothers and sisters out there. I hope that you understand that we must build together. We must come together in unity. The family structure is the most powerful structure. That's the enemy of the New World Order, is family. That's why they tend to promote sexual deviancy. That's why they tend to promote whoredom, whoremongering, homosexuality. They tend to promote these things because these things literally don't promote any real life and family structure. And not speaking against anybody's preferences on how they choose to live their lives, but as a pro-life advocate, those things and those lifestyles do not promote nation building. But I'd like to thank y'all for viewing. I hope this video is edifying. Make sure you share this video, subscribe, hit that thumbs up, turn all your notifications on. If you all have any inquiries, you can reach me at kingbreed404@gmail.com. That's kingbreed404@gmail.com. I'd like to thank y'all for watching. With that being said, shalom and peace.